Hi there, it's the English Picker here. Just wanted to do a bit more of a rant video. Apologies to everybody, I don't want everyone to think I'm really down on charity shops because I just feel as a consumer I spend a lot of money in charity shops and I feel I have every right to voice my opinions and disgruntlement at their behaviour really. And I'm sure a lot of you guys and girls agree with some of the sentiments that I'm expressing. And this is what happened today. I mean, there was a lot of little niggly things that annoyed me today, but I won't go into them. But essentially, if you looked at my last haul video, you would see that I went to a town. It was probably about an hour and 10 minutes drive from where I am to visit a mate of mine. He's setting up a gallery and whatnot. Anyway, after I was done, I wandered around the charity shops and I came across an Oxfam. And someone had obviously donated a job lot of Dreamcast games. Now, I don't know why they donated the games and not the system, but they don't have electricals there, so I really hope that they didn't just throw the system away. Anyway, I'm one of the only people who does occasionally play on a Dreamcast. So I went and had a look myself, one for myself and also for the possibility of resale. Because, you know, I'll play on a game and then I'll sell it on. And the first game I noticed was really caught my eye, and it was like, ooh, that looks interesting, and it was that was it. I just saw this sort of thing of Dreamcast games. It was Worms Armageddon, and at first I thought it was a PS1 one. I was like, oh, and then I noticed it was Dreamcast, and then I noticed there was a whole line of Dreamcast games behind. And I went to the counter and I asked if I could have a look at them. And I just asked. I said, "Oh, have you got any other Dreamcast games?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I've got a load in the back, so I'll bring them out. They'd just be priced." Anyway, he brought them out. So I went through the thing, and they were all priced like this. Now these are the two that I picked up, which I've shown in the previous video. This is Quake 3 Arena. I paid $2.99 for it, which is fine. You know, that's perfectly acceptable price, and it's there, and then it's got its manual in the back, nice and crisp. Play on it, may keep it, may sell it, but for £3 happy days. And then there's this one, Headhunter, $3.99. You know, a bit more. There was some there that were $4.99, stuff like that, and that's all there with the manual and everything. The disc is, oh, the discs, should I say, are both. I mean, you know, they're fine. So yeah, great. Pick those up, no problem. And they got one there which was caught my eye, and I'd never even heard of it. It was called Grandia. I've got it written down here. Grandia 2. And they got it priced at what I thought was $9.99. And I quickly looked on my phone, and they're selling on eBay between £25 and £30. Sometimes people are getting a little bit more. So I thought, oh, that's good for £10. You know, it's looked like an RPG type game, which is kind of up my street. And so I said, oh, can I have a look at that one, because that was on another shelf. So I picked it out, and I thought, oh, you know, a bit iffy because the case was a little bit cracked at one point, but I thought, no, okay, fair enough. So I had a look at it. I pulled the disc out, and it had got the biggest gouge in it. Now, it wasn't enough of a gouge for you could get it polished out, but it probably wouldn't play well as is. And I was like, okay, I could buy it for 10. I know a guy will resurface. I've got a load to take to him anyway, and he'll do them for £1 each, and he will just about get the gouge out, playable wise. So okay, I was like, I'll get these, and I'll get the £10 one, and then I'll play on it for a bit, and I can always sell it for maybe £20 because of the scratch, because there'll still be evidence of it. So I got to the counter, and they went, oh, sorry, it's not $9.99, it's actually $19.99. And oh, and it was missing the manual as well, that was it. So the case was cracked, it was missing the manual, and the CD was scratched. And I went, why is it $19.99? All the other ones are like... I got a bit, not tetchy, but I was a bit, at that point, I was like, I just don't understand. She was like, oh, we have this guy come in and he scans them all and lets us know the price. And I went, well, does he actually look at the CDs? Because this just won't play. Oh, well, why do you want it then if it won't play? And it's like, oh, God. And I was like, well, I know someone who could potentially polish it out. Oh, well, it will be alright for you then. No, and it just wasn't going into this manager's head. Anyway, so I said, look, can you... This was just the manager for that, and there was someone above her, she was like the deputy manager. I said, can you have a word with the manager? Oh, she's not until Monday. So then she took it off me and put it at the back and said, oh, I'm sorry, I can't sell it to you now. And I was like, I mean, I probably, if the manual was there, I would have paid 20 quid for it probably, because it's an expensive game. But and then she just wouldn't sell it to me. She just goes, oh, you'll have to come in on Monday. And I was like, but I don't live anywhere around here. Oh, and it was just like. So I went from finding a cool, interesting game to just, So that really pissed me off. One, that they priced it too high. And well, I don't mind paying, I'll pay up for games if they're decent ones. But it's also the fact that they had taken they looked at giving it to a specialist to look at it, and he'd blatantly not paid any attention to the condition of the disc, the case, or the fact it was missing a manual. So they can't have the cake and eat it. I don't mind people pricing things realistically if they take into account other factors such as its condition. So yeah, that was my rant about that. Then I went into another charity shop next door to it. Now this was a grotty charity shop. It was like a semi-independent, probably local to that area shop. And I'd actually been in it probably about 2 years ago, and this was before I was doing books big time. It had some decent books. This time I went in, they got rid of all the books. They just got crappy, like non-fiction books, and then loads of clothes. So I thought, oh, I'll have a look through the clothes, see if I can find some jeans. And I pulled out a pair of jeans. They were Levi's, but they were really bad, fake Levi jeans. They were the hems were all knackered at the back. They're worn away, and they were just like a weird, almost like really pale stonewash colour. And they wanted £15 for them. Now nobody in their right mind, even as for somebody it would fit them. They wouldn't pay £15 for a fake pair of Levi's. Now these weren't subtly fake; these were bloody obvious fakes. And then behind them, they had a pair of G-Star Raw jeans that were size 28. Really small jeans, but they were definitely men's. And they got them priced at £28 in a charity shop. And these, again, were knackered. The hems were all knackered, everything. And it was like, it's not even a posh type shop. It's just a grotty... I don't understand. I would just look totally confused. And then I walked down and there was a PlayStation 2 Guitar Hero guitar in a box. And I thought, oh, I'm sure this won't be too bad because the box was knackered. I was like, oh, picked it up. £32. And it wasn't a fancy one, it was a dead common one. So, on that, I'll leave that with you. No idea. But I don't mind paying up. I don't want you to think I'm a cheapskate, because I'm really not. If it's something decent, I will lay down the money for it. But don't take the piss. Anyway guys, that's my rant over. I feel much better. I'm going to sit down, have another cup of tea, and the world will be right. So thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you all soon.